We are live in downtown Saline for a vigil. There's a vigil here today for faith and freedom. Its organizer told us earlier that it's based largely, not based on, but inspired largely by a lot of the events this week. The slaughter of the woman in Charlotte on the train, and then the terrorist execution of Charlie Kirk in broad daylight. You can see here the protests aren't as big as you might have seen the indivisible protests here. At the same time, I recognize a lot of the people. A lot of people recognize who I am. I don't think there are many people who are brought in from out of town. But the protest is not protest. The vigil is growing, and it's still early. We've gotten to Four Corners, and we didn't have Four Corners only 10 minutes ago. The busiest corner is the southwest corner. We'll walk through it. I haven't seen the organizers since I've been here. We'll walk over to that corner now. Walk through music being played here. Sorry. A lot of support. It's the same as in many ways of what we've seen at a lot of the other protests here this year. A lot of people honking their horns. And this is about it. When I run into one of the organizers, let me see if Rob will answer a question. I gotta see the picture. Show me the baby. Hey, Dr. Bohr.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a question on a video?
Would love to.
All right, we're here with Dr. Bohr. You know him as your local chiropractor down the street, the organizer of the Scarecrow contest, and we're going to see this street transformed in a couple weeks. What brings you out to this vigil here today?
Well, I guess first of all, the things that I find hold, I guess, important to me: God, family, and country. So there's, this was being organized. I couldn't say no to supporting those kinds of values, those kinds of ideas.
Yep.
They're near and dear to my heart. I think a lot of people are responding to the tragedy that we had here recently with Charlie Kirk. It's just beyond words as far as what a tragedy that is.
Can you speak to me a little bit about what he meant to you and what he means to a lot of people in America?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably more spoke to a younger generation than me. I mean, I'm kind of pushing the years here, and but what I loved about him is I was 100% one-to-one on every one of his issues that he stood for. God, faith. He was an extremely strong Christian, extremely solid in his religion. Couldn't be more proud of him, and we all know where he is now with his Lord and Savior in heaven. So thank God for that. But also his love of country, his love of the Constitution. All these things are near and dear to my heart. And then just what he stood for as a family man, just wonderful. His beautiful wife and 2 kids. thank God there, a lot of people are stepping up that are going to support them and take care of them, and I think they have the financial means to carry on. But to not have a father is tragic and horrible. So I respect Charlie tremendously. I respect everything he stood for. What he did going into the Lion's Den in these college campuses was not easy, and I respect him for that tremendously. And just God bless him. Everything he did. I mean, he was faithful, faithful servant, and spoke the truth, and that is. And was speaking truth, and that is the key. Is we need to be able to speak truth. We need to be able to share ideas and values and what's important to us. So without that dialogue, we don't have a country.
Yep.
And that's important. That's one of the main reasons I'm here tonight. Is the First Amendment to support these values, support these ideas.
What does it say about the First Amendment when a guy who's known for talking, for communicating, for debating? I mean, what else could he have been shot dead for, other than talking and communicating?
That's it. I mean, he shared truth, and a lot of people didn't like what the truth. They couldn't handle the truth.
But even if we all have different ideas about what the truth is, there has to be a limit.
Well, violence of this kind, there's no place for it. There's no room for that in our constitutional republic. There's just no room for this kind of violence. So,
have you ever? It's been a long time since I can recall somebody high profile like that, a thought leader in their community, in whatever group they're in the United States. Can you remember somebody being taken down like that, shot like that? I mean, I've heard about it in the generation before mine, but I can't really recall that in my generation.
Well, I think that's the nail on the head. Why all these wonderful people are here tonight is that really struck a chord. I think it is our generation's potentially Martin Luther King. I mean, he stood for a lot of things, nonviolence. I mean, he was all nonviolent, just like MLK Jr. So, and it was all about ideas. It was about, Martin Luther King really paved the way for civil rights, and God bless him for that. And he was a strong spiritual Christian as well.
What do you hope an event like this does for the people here? Maybe other people driving by and seeing it. What do you hope this vigil might say to the community?
Well, I guess what's important to me is core values that this country stands for. This country was founded on God. It was founded on the Bible. Anybody that wants to dispute that, I'll be happy to have a very lengthy discussion with them on that. But the fact of the matter is that God is central to our country, and our Constitution is central to this country. So those two, law and order, and unalienable rights. I just saw some congressman trying to say that there's no such thing as unalienable rights. It's laughable. The only thing that actually gives us all of this freedom is God. God created all of this. So my hope is that, I know I'm kind of talking over somebody right now, and I apologize for that, but my hope is that people are inspired by this, that there are people who love this country, who love God, and who have hope for the best for our country. So I can only hope that people take this in the best possible spirit. This is not intended to be a confrontation. This is not intended to be some kind of, kind of antagonistic kind of gathering. This is really supposed to inspire people to I would hope reach for the best in our country. A strong spiritual life, strong family life, patriotism, love of country. These are all things that are near and dear to my heart, and I can only hope that this kind of a gathering inspires people to either take that either stronger to their heart or to maybe start heading in that path for the first time, or more than they have in the past. So I'm taking all these honks as signs of
I think the honks
affirmation
are a good sign, to be honest with you.
So I'm taking them as
I'm not sure about the motorcycle revenue.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Well, who knows,
Who
right?
knows, right?
Anyway.
Yeah, maybe that's their way of expressing themselves. So, but
all right. Well, I appreciate it.
well, anyways, thank you,
Thank
Tran,
you.
for being here and covering this. And I know you're faithful to getting the word out and getting the news out. So I appreciate you tremendously.
No problem. All right. Thank you for talking.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. That was Dr. Bohr, well-known person here in town.
Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Well, I haven't seen this much red, white, and blue in downtown Saline since Memorial Day.
Anybody wants to say anything, or it's free speech, man, whatever you want. Either side of the coin. Charlie Kirk would want everyone to talk, right?
See Amy and Jason Miller in back there. We're going to talk to them fairly soon. I'm going to cross the street here. We'll do another lap around the four corners. Maybe I can talk to Amy and Jason, and then I'll go back to taking some pictures. More people have shown up. You see they've kind of come down a little bit. They're in front of Dan's now. Hello. Freedom of speech is American. Charlie, I listened. Free speech does not equal death. Some of the signs on display. Nobody here is comparing anybody to Hitler. Nobody here is calling anybody a Nazi. That's a difference that you're going to see. The truth is, I don't think the people waving the signs that they're waving with smiles on their faces, some of these protests where they're calling people Nazis and Hitlers, and I don't think they realize the gravity of what they're saying. And when you say things with such gravity, with such meaning, and you diminish other humans like that, it makes it a lot easier for a 22-year-old to do what he did. Looks like people are waiting to get into Brecken tonight. There are people on each of the four corners. And we're back at the four corners. I'll see if Amy and Jason are available to talk. Do I see them here still? I see Amy. Let's see if I can get up here. Excuse me, can I get by?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, I was wondering if I can talk to you guys.
Sure.
We're already live on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, okay. Hi.
All right. Amy and Jason Miller, right?
Yes.
All right. Hey, can you guys get a little bit closer?
Yeah.
All right. We're with Amy and Jason Miller. They are the organizers of this. I think I just heard about it yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when this happened. I wonder if you could tell us what inspired today's activity.
You know, what's happened the last 10 days has been just devastating. You know, and not just that for that certain individual, but for our country. And this was a
week of events.
Yep.
And this was one of those moments that Amy and I really felt that we needed to be present, and we needed to add some value, try to bring people together, and it's deep in our heart. As a father, a husband, we're hurting. We're hurting for this country. 'Cause if you don't have freedom of speech, you have nothing. It sets us back 2,000 years. So,
what can you tell me about? I mean, you're obviously talking about the Charlie Kirk incident. Obviously, highlights that beyond belief. But when you say when you don't have freedom of speech, he was a speaker, right? Is that what you're talking about here?
He was. He was a debater, and it's not just about Charlie necessarily. It's about everybody that has an opportunity to share their views. Mm-hmm. Everybody should have a right to speak and not fear death.
Yes.
And as a father, like I said, I want to set an example for my kids to know that despite the world and what's going on, that we could come out here, we could come together, and we can bond and set our differences aside.
What are some of these events that you're talking about in the last 10 days? I know that in the last, I don't know, I can think of...
Well, there's been 3 major issues. We had Charlie Kirk, we had Irina, and then the Colorado shooting. Then before that was the Minnesota issue. And, that shooting was horrible. And, everybody's under attack. It's just not... There's a sickness in the world, and, we need, as parents, we need to step it up. And we need to do better. That's really where it comes down to. We need to put the phones away and spend time with your kids, raise your children, not just give them a phone and get them out of your hair.
I'm speaking out. I'm on the phone right now. but yeah, I know what you're saying. What do you hope comes out of this? What do you hope these people here get out of it? People driving by. What are you hoping for this?
I'll tell you what it does for me, and I can't speak for Amy, but this does cure my heart a little bit. Seeing people get together has been more than a few tearing up, and that's what it's about, man. The human spirit. There's nothing stronger than that, and I believe in that at the core. I mean, despite political views, I feel strong as an individual when I'm around people and good people, and our family values are just that. We come together and we set examples for our kids. We're not perfect, we make mistakes.
One of our kids is over there, and she's a junior in high school, so it's...
Okay, is that the equestrian?
Yeah.
Yeah? Does she do Saline High School equestrian, by the way?
She doesn't.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I wanted to cover it, but it's like Sunday mornings in Adrian or something like that.
Yeah. No, we haven't done it, but yeah.
Do you have any concerns about the way a lot of the events you've talked about have been covered, not covered, spun in the media?
I'm not going to get too political about it, but I know that my family and the people around me, we stay in our lane and we try to add value where we can. And that's how everybody should look at it. We're paying a price to be on this earth. And you owe it to this country to add value at some point. And I feel people need to do that. They need to put the finger in their own chest and do something. This was scary for Amy and I. We have businesses and we don't know how this is going to be taken, but we can walk away at the end of the day knowing that we made a difference and we brought people together, and I'm good with that. Let the chips fall where they may. Money is one thing, but your integrity is beyond everything.
Yeah. And Amy, how do you feel about this turnout and seeing the people here?
Honestly, I mean, we didn't know how big or how small it was going to be. We didn't care if it was just us two that were going to be here. It's just, the love is infectious, and we haven't seen anything, out of extreme here. So it's on both sides, which is great. And again, it's just the point about being family and being here for one another and expressing love. Yeah.
All right, I appreciate it.
We appreciate you covering us of that. It's a great turnout. We're really grateful for that.
Yes.
All right, have a good one. I'm going to turn the video off now and just take some more pictures.